I guess the live is loading. Okay, so is it or no? Hello, hello, hello. Just adjusting the music first and all the settings for going live and stuff like that. So if you can hear me and you can hear the voice, okay, can you press one in the chat or anything? I don't think I can. Yeah. Hello, 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 hello. Is the mic okay? Is the mic okay? Is the mic okay? Audio. Wait. Abu Diya. Abu Diya and the leader and Mr. Huzaifa Aziz. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So I wanted to do the stream for the purpose of making a tutorial about the one of the videos that I posted on the channel, and it was this video.
It's a new day, and I'm feeling good.
So it's this animation. So today I'm gonna be making this animation in this live stream because I tried recording it and doing an edit for it, and it just took so long. So it's just literally so much easier to just make it on stream. Um, I'm still fixing up the audio for my microphone so that it's not too low. So I'm just trying. How about the audio now? Is it okay now or is it still too low? Hello, hello, hello. Tell me if it's better. Go, go. Okay, go. Um, okay. So in the animation here that I made, I'm just gonna start with this scene, and I'm gonna recreate everything from 0 to 1, literally everything. So I'm gonna start here with a plane, and by clicking Shift A, let me turn on screen cast key so you can see the hotkeys that I'm pressing, and you can see it down here. So if I press Shift A, you can see it. If I press Control A, you can see it. If I press middle mouse click, stuff like that, you can see everything that I'm doing in the screencast keys down on the left here. So I'm gonna start by creating a plane first, and we're gonna make it big. And this is gonna be, like the ground basically for where the animation is gonna happen and stuff like that. So, you know, we just make it big like that, and then we're gonna make another plane, and this is the plane that is gonna be deforming, like in the same plane that you saw in the animation. And we're just gonna make it, a bit wide like this, and we're gonna just lift it up a bit so it's not intersecting with the ground. And now we're gonna grab this. Now we're gonna grab the plane, and then we're gonna go to the edit mode, and we have the vertices here. So now the vertices are very sharp, and we just want to make them a bit round so it's not looking like it could, could go through skin or something. So, you just select all the vertices and Control Shift B, and this is the hotkey for literally just making a bevel for the vertices. So it's just to make them a bit rounder, and you can just drag your mouse like that, increase the segment using the mouse wheel, and I have like five segments. And now we have like, like as you can see here, the rounded bevel. If you want to just make the bevel a bit low, you can just adjust it from the menu here. If you click anywhere, this menu just disappears. But what if you want to, have it back? You can just literally click F9 and it comes back. That doesn't happen all the time. It just happens literally if you performed one action and you lost the menu, you can recall it back by just pressing F9. But see, like it disappears now. If I click F9, it's still here because I didn't perform a different action. Now let's say I perform a different action, like just making an inset to this face. So I'm gonna, select the face, click I to inset, and then we're gonna delete the face, select the edge loop by hitting Alt and left click, and then we're gonna do Control F to open up the menu for filling up faces. So it's gonna be grid fill. Grid fill, it's just gonna show you a bit of a messy result here. There is settings here for the grid fill that you can adjust to have a clean topology for the plane. So you can, it's literally just a calculation, but if you don't wanna bother your mind too much with it, you can just literally drag it up until you see a uniform topology like this. And now you basically have a clean topology. Now let's say, I want to have the bevel menu again for this. Too bad it's lost, like you can't go back again because now we performed a different action, so it's a different menu now that's gonna show up. So if you press F9, it's just gonna show the grid fill menu. It's not gonna show the bevel menu. Okay, so now that we have the plane set up here and the grid fill and all that stuff, now we want to do, add edge loops to make it, topologically clean and have like, subdivided geometry basically. So you do that by Control R in the edge mode, and you just add a bunch of edge loops, like 50 edge loops or something, and you add, here and there, just added 50 and 30. So if you select everything and you look at the faces, now you can see that it's, almost evenly subdivided, which is good. So now it's good that you can see that, and you'd be like, okay, now this, if I do any deformation on this plane, it's gonna be easier to just, have a clean deformation without, any artifacts and stuff like that. So the way we're gonna be doing the deformations on this plane is we're gonna make a curve that we're gonna be using to drive the deformation on this plane. So we go Shift A, curve and Bezier, and then we're gonna get that curve up, rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees, and now we're gonna grab one of the segments, scale it down on the z-axis, so that we can have it like in a straight line like that, right? And now we can use this curve literally to just drive the deformation of this plane, except that you have to think about how the curvature of that plane is gonna look like. So for example, if if we go to the one of the views here to look here, and we go like, this is just something to paint with, just so I can illustrate what I'm trying to explain here. So what we want to do with this plane is we want to have it curve like this, right? So the only way to do that is to have literally a curve that can bend in that way, right? So we can have the curve loop in this way by just holding one of the segments and extruding it multiple times until it forms that curve, and then we can apply it through a modifier. And that's how we get the result that we saw in the animation. So we grab the curve now, and then we grab one of the segments, and let's just scale it down so the handles of the segment is not, too big to choose and stuff like that. So now that we have this, now we can just literally extrude this, rotate by R, scale it down, rotate, scale it down more, and then extrude, scale it. And now you can see like this part is a bit wobbly. It's not really uniform like this. So how can we fix this part, right? Like this curvature here. So the way to fix this is that we have to adjust the handle type for these handles, right? And the only way to do this is that we click one of the handles, like choose one of the handles, which is gonna be like this one, the handle here, because it controls like the curvature that is happening on this side. So we click V in edit mode for the curve, and it's gonna pull up the handle type menu. And there is a bunch of, like options here that you can choose from. But the best option, or literally the only two options that you're gonna be most likely always using, is gonna be the free or the aligned. And if you choose free, you literally broke the link between this handle and this handle. So now if I just select this handle and I move it, this is not moving with it. So now if we illustrate the same point with a different segment, if we click this handle and we just move it, the other handle is moving alongside with it, because they have they have a link that is linking them, and they have to be aligned at all times, and both of them are going to be tangents to the surface that they basically touch. So yeah, so we're gonna grab this handle that we broke the link with by going to V and make like literally breaking the link, and we're just gonna get the segments and put it like this. We're gonna do the same thing here by just rotating it like this, pulling it up, and there we go. We have it a bit, it's more cleaner now. And so we grab this, keep extruding, just the same thing, and you just fix the parts that you see that are not looking the best. You can just go back and fix them. And I think we're good here. Doesn't really have to be a perfect all the way. It's just what matters is this curvature here on the outside. This is the only thing that matters, literally. So now that we have this curvature here, this is literally the curve that we're gonna be duplicating multiple times so that we can use it in every instance where we deform a surface. So we can just duplicate it here and duplicate it one more time and just leave them on the side here. We're gonna get back to them. And now we're gonna grab this one. We're gonna go on the top view, rotate the plane that we created 90 degrees so that it's, we see like the horizontal side of it basically. And now we're gonna grab the curvature and we wanna have it be along the diagonal of the shape. So we move it to the corner here, and then we just move it a bit down here so that it's running through the plane. And then we're gonna grab the plane, add a curve modifier, and then we're gonna in the modifier tab, and then we're gonna be selecting the curve. Now we're gonna see that the plane is shifting, and that's okay. We can just go make it, like, just drag it back. But you know, just I like to keep things to be in the center of the world. So I'm just gonna drag it back to the world here. And now you're gonna see if I drag this curve and I just literally move it along the diagonal here, it's gonna give us that effect that we saw in the animation. And this is how you build the deformation effect. All inside of Blender without using any geometry nodes, any of that good stuff, you know. It's just way easier this way, using the classic old ways of doing it. And now you're gonna be, you know, just shade it smooth. If you wanna, you know, just if you wanna have more of a cleaner look than this, you can just literally add 2 levels of subdivision by clicking Control 2, and you have more of a cleaner look now. And yeah, so the way we can just literally do the same thing that we saw in the animation is just if we go on the top view here, and if we create like, I mean, go further in the timeline, illustrate an animation for it, and go back, and then we're just gonna grab the curve and go back with it so that it deflates. Or, I mean, wait. We just start with it actually, and then we go here and we just drag it back like that so that it deflates. And now when we look at it, see? So let's say we're viewing like the actual animation without the curve, and this is how it looks. If you want to adjust the speed, you can always just choose the keyframes you made for the curve, drag it, you know, closer so that it's more faster. If you want to have it be more like impactful in a way, you can just go to the graph editor here and think about like what keyframes did you make? Was it only for the X or only for the Y or only for the Z? But we made it actually for the X and the Y, and it's not just one of them, you know? So you can just go to the graph editor and choose both of the X and the Y and click on the period key to focus on them. And we're gonna be seeing here, this is literally how the curve looks in the graph editor. So again, the same trick with the handle types that we did in the curvature here, we can do it again here in the graph editor. So we can just literally click on V to open up the menu for the handle type and click on free so that we can free the link between this handle and the handle, you know, before it. And we can just drag it up like that. And this is gonna make like a bouncy feel. It's gonna create like a bouncy feel for the animation. We can illustrate that in a different object. We're gonna use it over and over and over because it's literally the cleanest way to do animations. And I just like to use it all the time. So, and now if we view the animation, it's more impactful. Now let's just hide the curve so that we can see it better. It's more impactful, and we can just literally go back, get the keyframes, drag it out. You can drag it out more. And it's like instantaneous in a way, you know? But I didn't want to have this effect happening on this one, so I'm just gonna get everything back the way it was in the beginning. I was just illustrating a technique that we can use because we're gonna be using it a lot anyways. So now that we made this, we're literally gonna be just duplicating this, the whole plane, and just not drag it all the way up. We're gonna drag it just a tiny bit above it, and we can just drag it out like that. And now you're gonna see that they are intersecting. So now we're just gonna offset the position of the curves that we made. So let's just literally delete these curves that we made in the beginning so that we clean up the viewport a bit. So now we have these two that are gonna be, let's just hide those. So now we have this one, right? And let me keep one of the planes without the other curve, so, and we can just do it like this, and we can just go to the edit mode, select all these segments, and we can scale them up or down to just make the curve wider or just a bit narrow. So we can just make it like that, and then go out and grab the curve and the plane, and we just drag it up. And we're gonna see that, we fucked up a bit because we took this segment and I didn't mean to take this segment actually. So let me just adjust it now. Oh my god. Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm back. Am I back? Am I back? Hello, 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 hello. What? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. So let's go back to where we were. So, okay, okay, okay. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. Technical issues. It happens. It happens. Okay, okay. My bro, Mr. Dia, Mr. Dia, Mr. Dia, Mr. Dia. Okay. أبو سعد. أبو سعد أبو سعد أبو سعد. Um, okay, so now we're gonna make the word icon because now we finished the effect. So now we're gonna be modeling the word icon, and it's extremely simple. You just make a plane. Wait, actually, let's not make a plane. Let's make a cube. It's way easier to just work with a cube. We're just gonna drag it up, go to the wireframe mode, go edit mode, choose the bottom face, and then Shift S to cursor to selected. Make more on this style? Absolutely. Thank you, man. I hope you're enjoying the live. This is the first time that I'm doing a live. I hope you're enjoying it and you're learning something new. And trust me, I saw your comment about doing like cloth deformation. If you would like, I can still do it on this stream. So just let me know what you think. Um, so okay, we're gonna make the word icon now. So I just like to keep the bottom face to be basically the origin point of any shape that I'm making. So I'm just gonna grab the cursor to the bottom face here by hitting Shift S, and I'm gonna go back to the object mode, set origin to geometry, origin to 3D cursor, my bad, and now we can just scale it down like this, and it's gonna scale to the origin point. And okay, so now we can just scale it down a bit more, and we're gonna choose all the edges here so that we can bevel them. Before we bevel, let's just Control A to apply the scale, and we're gonna bevel everything that we selected, and we bevel both of the faces like this. If you want, you can just apply the subdivision surface. If you also like, if you feel like, oh, like you went this far and you feel like you don't want to just, go back all the way, Control Z everything, you can just add a loop here and select that loop, mark it as a seam. So you can just select half of the shape and you can just drag it down if you don't like the thickness that you just came up with in that shape. Let me just put on some music because okay, I think it's good now. Uh, okay, 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 okay. So now let's consider this to be the board. The board. that where the icon is gonna be resting. This is gonna be like a chrome material that we're gonna be making later when we do the textures, and we're gonna adjust the scale depending on what we see in the camera, you know, because everything is obviously built according to what the camera is gonna be seeing at the end. So that's literally always the main point of reference that you rely on when you build scenes like that. So now that we made the board, we can just duplicate it, go on the top view, scale it down a bit, and now we're gonna be, if you don't like it, you can just again go to the scene point and select the top part, drag it down, and wait. Okay. Now we drag it down a bit, so make sure that it's not intersecting. You know, make sure that it's also shaded smooth, both of them. Okay, so now that we made these two parts, this is gonna be like a opaque glass that's gonna be, you know, a bit of a dark blue, and this is where the actual icon is gonna be resting. So we can just literally find a quick reference for the word icon. So let me just grab it. And this is a software, by the way. It's called BureRef. You can just download it. It's called, wait, it's called BureRef. Let me just open it here. It's this one. It's really cool. You can just put all your references on it, and just so you can refer back to it, and you can just leave it on top. No matter where you click, it's just gonna stay on top. It's not gonna, you know, or if you want it to obviously be minimized, you can just Control M or read the hotkeys. It's up to you. So yeah. Um, whether you want to trace over the icon or not, it doesn't really matter. So it's okay. We can just work on it like this. And actually, you know what? Let's just trace the icon. Because why not? So reference. Okay, here. Oh, wait. Okay, here is the icon. Can just scale it down. And we want to scale it over this. And obviously, judging by the scale of the icon, you can just scale down the, you know, the two pieces of boards that we made, just so that it fits the scale. If you want to recreate it, obviously it's up to you, and that's okay. But you know, always have a main point of reference to what you're doing, and it's just gonna make your life so much easier. So we're gonna scale this according to that, fit this frame, and we're gonna go to the edit mode, and we're gonna select vertices and Control Shift B, and we're gonna drag it like this. And now we have the first frame. Now we want to make the second frame, which is this part. So the plane, scale it down, and move it like this, like that, like this, and edit mode, and we just Control Shift B, and we drag it on the icon, and we move it up like this, and we move both of them down so that they can rest on this, on the board. So now that we can let's just get rid of this. We don't need it anymore. So let's just drag this up like that, and we are gonna drag this up like that. If you want, you can, you know, if you want to have like a clean topology, you can always do the inset. If the inset is not working, you can just you know, don't forget to apply the scale, and then inset, and delete the interface, black red fill, and then choose everything, extrude, select the loop on the top and on the bottom, and Control B to bevel, and now you have clean icon board, basically. Now we drag this down on top of it. Now we're just gonna insert the face and grid fill again, choose everything, extrude it up, and Control P to bevel. If you wanna apply subdivisions, you can obviously do that. Control 2 to apply 2 levels of subdivision. Ugh. To apply 2 levels of subdivision. Oh my god. And now if you wanna do the letter W. So there's 2 ways to do that. I'm gonna tell you the cleaner way, and there is the obvious way from Blender that you can just add a text and like this, and click edit to go to edit mode and just press W, and that's it. You got a letter. Now let's just go with that, and I'm gonna show you why it's not a clean way. Obviously because, you know, there's so many ways to do everything in Blender anyways. You literally you just have to, like, you know, go through everything all the time. So to fix this, you just have to turn it to a mesh, convert to mesh, and then go in the edit mode, and then you're gonna have to literally trace everything, like move everything on the reference. So literally, instead of wasting time doing all of this, so let's just hide all this stuff, and let's keep the reference so we can look at the W. And we're just gonna put the cursor almost here and make a plane, scale it down, and we're gonna mirror it on both sides. So we're just gonna make it like this, like that, and I'm gonna do like this, like that, and like this, but you're gonna see that it's not really working here, so you add a loop to support here, and then you're just gonna drag this all the way down here and drag it a bit more like that. And to make sure that let's see here. So I have wait. So let's just drag one. We're gonna add a loop just to make sure that, you know, it's even. And we're gonna place the 3D cursor here, switch the pivot point to 3D cursor, and we're gonna scale this on the X on 0 so that it lines up with this vertex. So we can extrude this like that. And now we can just move this like this, and this vertex be traced here, and then we're gonna move this all the way up top, and we're gonna get the 3D cursor up top, and we're gonna scale it and scale it up like that, and boom. Now we just have half of the letter. You can apply the mirror modifier now, and you're gonna see that it's messed up, so you can just place the origin point on the 3D cursor here. So set origin to 3D cursor, and now you get yourself an exact W like the reference. It's not really exact, but you know, it's there. Like, you know, it's just there. And there's 2 ways to, you know, make this look a bit more cleaner when we extrude it. So we can extrude it like that and just literally bevel everything, and that's it. And or we can just literally trace a bevel weight on it, like select the edges that we want a bevel modifier to be working on it non-destructively, and we can just do that as well. So we can go, you know, in both ways. So let's just select the edges here, alt select to select everything, and keep selecting like that all the edges, and select the edges that you don't want to be, you know, very sharp. Otherwise it's just gonna look very funky. So yeah, like that. I think we got everything here. Yeah, I think that's cool. Okay, now in here in the item transform, while staying in the edit mode, you're gonna see mean bevel weight. You're just gonna drag this all the way to 1, And now you see that blue line or that blue highlight. That just means that you've applied bevel weight. So now you can just literally add a bevel modifier, and instead of the angle to be the limit method, you can just change it to weight. And it's gonna take the information that we put from the bevel weight in the edit mode on these edges, and it's gonna only drive the bevel modifier only on these edges without affecting anything else. And we can literally just see it working like this, see? Because these are the edges that we only selected. And now we can just add however much. And I forgot to select this and that. My bad. And yeah, so have it like 6 segments. Now shade smooth and soaking clean. And yeah, so that's it. That's it with the icon. Now Alt H to just bring everything back. And now we made the icon successfully. And we have the curved surfaces here. And now one thing that I would like to do just to make our lives easier in the future, I'm just gonna make an empty cube so that we can parent the whole icon to it, so that whenever we want, like when we create the camera, when we look through the camera, and if the icon is like small or big, we can just, instead of selecting everything, we can just select that empty cube, and we're just gonna be able to, scale it down and up through that cube. So it's just gonna make our lives so much easier. So let's just do that now, and so that we don't have to worry about it later when we add more details to the scene. So we add it like this, and bring the cube up a bit, and that's good. Now we select everything. Obviously don't select the planes because we don't want to control that through that cube. That cube is only gonna be for the icon. And now we select the empty at the end, so that, see that, a bit of a, brighter orange in the empty cube? That just means that it's an active selection. So you want the active selection to be the thing that is gonna be the parent to the items that you're gonna be parented to, So now that we have everything selected, we can just right click, parent, parent to object, and now we have the empty object. We can scale it up and down, down, up, anything. Sorry, I was muted. On this side, there was like a piece of, piece of plane that was deformed, and it was just reacting in the same way that this part was reacting. So let's just add that really quick by adding a plane, and we make it smaller, smaller on the Y, bigger on the X, and we drive it all the way out like that. Make sure that it's not intersecting on the ground. And we're just gonna, again, apply the scale before we do any beveling or anything. So we don't want the bevel to be too much, actually, like this, and we just keep the segments on the low. And then we're gonna, before we add any edge loops and anything, we just want it to be clean topology. So we inset using I, and then we delete the face on the inside, and then we grid fill. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, okay. No, never mind. Now we just add a bunch of segments here, like 80. And then we add here, like, I don't know, 8. So that it's like, even topology like this. So now that it's even, we can, again, grab one of the curves that we already made here and duplicate, Shift D to duplicate. And then we're just gonna rotate it like that and place it here. Adjust the rotation a bit more, like this. Now we're gonna go click on this, like the plane that we want to deform now, and then we want to add a curve modifier. And then we're gonna choose this curve, and then we're gonna choose the plane, and just bring it back a bit like this. Place it here, and now we're gonna, whenever we want to deform this, obviously let's just get rid of the animation that is here. Because when we duplicate it, it's obviously duplicated alongside like all the data that is attached to it. So now we have this plane and that curve, and now if we move the curve in, this is going to be deforming with the curve. So if we move it in all the way, just to test how it looks, you're going to see that, there is like, if we shade smooth, actually it doesn't look that bad, but if it doesn't for some reason and it looks like it has some jagged edges, you can just add a subdivision surface after or before it. So in my case, after works best, but I don't even need a subdivision surface on it. It already looks nice. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna proceed with it. Um, Let me just fix it. You can have it like this, and you can animate it like that, and like this, and like that. Now, if we look at everything, okay. Um, Thank you for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. It's my first time going live stream. Okay, so now that we have, oh wait, now that we have, oh wait, I actually didn't save. Um, let's just keep it here. Don't forget to save your files. You might lose a lot of progress by just forgetting to save. That's crazy. Anyways, so now that we made this, what else do we want to make here? We can just start actually putting the camera down and figuring out like the camera angle that we want to have. So we can just place the cursor in the center here by clicking Shift S, cursor to world origin, and then Shift A. Go to camera, place the camera, bring it up, and go to the transform and zero out all the rotations. And now that we have that gone, let's just split the screen now. So to split the screen, you can go on one of the corners here, it shows you a plus icon, and you can, once you drag it, it splits the screen in half. So this screen is going to be the camera screen, and this is where we just do everything, adjust everything. So yeah, let's just start it now. This is basically where we're going to be looking at the camera. And to make it a bit more cleaner, let's just remove this, remove that, and literally remove all that unnecessary stuff that we don't need right now. Then we go to the camera settings, viewport display, and pass BART out, make it all the way to 1. And this is just gonna make everything black, and the whole focus is just gonna be. Are we using Eve or Cycle? We're using Cycle because Cycle is, it's literally the best in terms of like lighting conditions when it comes to stuff like metal or glass and stuff like that. So I think it's just way better to use cycles in cases like that. But obviously, you know, obviously it depends on what your needs are and what your PC can handle. But yeah, we're gonna be using cycles. So we're gonna bring the camera back like that, and we're gonna make sure that the 3D cursor is the pivot point where we rotate and move stuff around. So we're gonna drag the camera on the x-axis by 45 degrees and by, wait, minus 45 degrees on the z-axis. And we're just gonna drag it back like that. Again, just try to adjust it until you feel like it looks right to your eyes. And so, for example, like you don't want it to look like this, like it's way shifting all the way down, and you want it to look like that as well, it's like way up, and you don't want it to look like this as well, like you just want it to be at the center. So just, it's a bit of a tweaking. Why not use an empty and parent it for camera pivot? Yeah, we can obviously use that. Like I was gonna do that when we do the animation because it's way easier to control the camera like that. So if you want, like we can do it right now. So we create the empty and just parent it to the pivot, parent it to the empty, parent the camera to the empty, and like I was gonna do that step, but I wanted to do it when we get to the animation part. Uh, that's okay. We got it now. So we can just again like fix it up like this. And now we want to worry about the space here and the space here and the space here. Um, to just add a bit of like a visual interest to the scene. So we want to add like a bunch of basically any flat plane that doesn't have to deform or anything. It's just there for any visual interest. Yeah, so let's just do that right now. We can literally just grab one of the planes we created, duplicate it, remove the curve modifier from it, and just scale it down. And it's already like a card here, you know? And we can just duplicate it again here. How are we doing the folding again? Are we just assigning a Bezier curve? Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm using a curve modifier. I'm using a Bezier curve on a curve modifier just to drive the curvature on any piece of any piece of subdivided plane here. You can do that. You can also do it with the geometry nodes. I honestly have not tried with the geometry node, but this is the only way that I know of it, of how to do it right now, basically. Um, but I'm sure that there is definitely a way to do it with geometry nodes. And we can just duplicate one here as well. And then we're gonna make this one bigger. And then we're gonna add a plane here. Yeah, I don't know how to use join. Yeah, I know, like, I mean, most people who do know how to use geonodes, they just know how to copy paste, like, already made setups and how to fix it to their condition. Like if they have certain models, they know what the nodes do. So I don't know. I feel like it's more about memorizing what the nodes do than actually understanding. I mean, obviously, a lot of it is understanding, and it's not that easy for everyone. I'm just taking my time with it. Like I'm starting to learn it recently, and I'm taking my time with it. Like I know how to duplicate stuff on it, like make instances and stuff like that. These are stuff that are like straightforward. But when it comes to stuff like you know adding instances on a curve and stuff like that, there is a lot of good YouTubers out there that do content just only for GeoNodes, and it's crazy what they do. So, like, it's always good to it's always oh my God. It's always good to just check them out and see what they have, see if you can pick up something or not. But right now I didn't feel like I have a need to learn it for my work, so I'm just taking my time with learning it. So yeah. Um, so I'm gonna add a plane here that we're gonna be adding some animation to it later. And let's just make it like this. I meant I haven't found the need to use geonodes yet. They seem cool though. Yeah. Exactly. They are very cool. I mean, it's basically what they are trying to do for Blender to make it to make it be like, Houdini. You know how like Houdini is all just node based and it's just extremely complicated and attribute based. I haven't touched any tool in Houdini. I literally just watched a couple of tutorials on it and I found it cool. I wanted to learn it, but I haven't really given it the time yet. But I will for sure. Um, so yeah, you can just scale the icon a bit. And now we can just grab the empty here. Rotation. That's gonna be where it rests. So just move it like that. Rotate it on the z-axis by mm, 60 degrees. No, that's actually 90 degrees. Because this is gonna be like part of the. I mean, wait. Okay, we can just have it like that, actually. Yeah, it's just. Ah, fuck it. It's just 90 degrees. It's okay. Yeah. So it's gonna be like this. Obviously, it's not the end, so we can just split the timeline, open the graph editor here, and let's see. And here's the z-axis that we animated for the rotation. So we can just break the link here and make it free of the handle type, and it's just a bit impactful. So yeah, now we're just gonna make this a bit faster, the way this unfolds. So we can just grab this curve and go to the XY here. Just make it bigger and just make it like that. Wait. Actually, let's just make this one because this is the start point. Yeah, it's very, very fast. Oh my god. Okay, let's just drag it out. Dang, your models are insane. Would love to see some tutorials and tricks on hard surface. Thank you, thank you. I'm definitely like I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the live stream, so I think I'm just gonna keep doing it, and I would love to just do any model. I don't know. I love 3D. Like it's just literally so good. Um, but I'm enjoying more like the stuff that is, 3D motion. Stuff like in the style of Material, Bark and Bite. I don't know if you've heard about these studios. It's like the Microsoft style of animation. It's not really that I'm loving Microsoft or anything. It's just the style of work that they hire. It's just so crazy. Like what? So I don't know. I find it super challenging for me to just try and figure out like how they made a certain piece or a certain scene, and I just try to break it down and see how I can approach it with the tools that I have, like Blender or After Effects or stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's cool right now. We can just we have the scene set up here, and it's just gonna come here. We can increase the timeline a bit. What? 250 or something. And I think we're gonna be ending like around 170 something. Uh, so we're gonna grab the empty here. Just so we can have excess motion. And this excess motion, it makes it feel like it's not, you know, what is the reference for this piece again? Okay, so um, this one, the it doesn't have like a clear reference. Like it doesn't have like a straightforward reference. It's just literally a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. So, but if you really want to know, I can just pull it up right now. So give me 1 second. Um, hold on. Um,
Spotify Premium lets you take more control of the party. From ad-free listening
I usually go to. No, it's fine. Okay. But like for example, this was one of the references. Um, and there was also one that was so common and it was like everywhere. It was like exactly how my scene was structured. It was just an icon in the middle and it's placed in a way like I don't know if it was saying like After Effects or something. Um, let's see. Too bad the actual OS is a bloated mess. It is, it is. Wait. Oh yeah, this one. Oh my God. It's so crazy. I really love this one. I'm definitely gonna use some of that for, for a practice piece in the future. I already did one of them. They always have like this, look at that. Like they always have that wavy motion. Always. It's so crazy. It's so good too. I'm gonna recreate one of them for sure. Um, oh yeah, see it like this. See? See, it's always that wavy motion. We're very close to that reference, I think, that I was mentioning. Very, very close. Maybe this one? No, it's not this one. Ah, here we go. There we go. It's this one here. That one was my reference here. Obviously, it's so you see that style like repeatedly. So there is this, there is that. I honestly have no idea where it comes from or who made it, but when I saw it, I used it as a reference. I honestly have no idea who made it. Um, you should definitely recreate that. Would love to see it. Absolutely, I will. Let me show you. I actually have it on the channel, but I don't have it, recreated. So let me just try and pull up a reference here to show you. And that's gonna be something to recreate in the future. We're not gonna do it today, but we're gonna do it in the future. So wait, hold on. Materials look clean. Yeah, it does. Okay. Look, 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 look. I always structure my projects like this. Uh, it's always a file structure. I have it literally. I have a separate folder here, and it's just O1, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's just literally everything that I do structured in folders. And I just, whenever I make a new project, I just drag all of this, Control C or copy, and then just start the project and Control V, and I'm eagerly waiting to see the material procedure part will be fascinating. Can't wait to show you. I just want to show you really quick this one that I did recreate, and I'm gonna make a tutorial on it for sure. And I also made custom sound effects for it, literally. It's crazy. That was my first ever time doing it. So you see, and let me know. It's obviously not the same lighting as the original animation, but it's the same animation. It's almost the same animation. Wait. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear like the sound? So that is one of the animations that was made by Not Real, which is one of the studios that makes Microsoft style animation. And I just literally tried to recreate everything that they made in this one scene, and it was like that. And it's like one of the Microsoft Windows 11, I think. Um, so yeah, it was extremely challenging to do, and it was so fun to just figure out. Yeah, it's so good. So yeah, if you would like, I can recreate that, make a tutorial to recreate that, like in one of the live streams in the future for sure. Um, I can show you like one of the ways they use. Like I don't know if they do it like that because I'm sure they mostly use Cinema 4D for the work that they do, like studios like Not Real. So obviously there is a whole lot of different workflows that is a bit different for them. Because I used Cinema 4D back in the past, but I don't remember much. But there was like, um, it's not really the same as Blender. Blender only has modifiers, but in Cinema 4D you have like stuff that you do for subdivisions that, in a way it's different than the stuff you do in deformation. So it's like two different sets of modifiers in some case, in some way. Um, so like I think I can replicate one of the ways they do like this floaty almost wind effect for for stuff like this for like a stripe or something, and I can just do that by adding a wave modifier literally, and we can just apply the scale. And let's see, let's make it here. I was gonna make that anyways in this animation. So we just add us first. Let's see. Let's add some edge loops, like 50. And here we add 6. Okay, it's evenly subdivided. Now the wave modifier is automatically gonna be, on a 2D plane because it's X and Y. So we want it to be propagating on on this way, like this way. So we just move this, so it's like that. And now it's like this. Why not displacement and use a wave texture? Um, I haven't tried it like that actually. But the reason why, yeah, the reason why is because I haven't tried it, and I've always experimented with this wave modifier. And yeah, you can just animate the values here, like the height or the speed, and it always comes up, always gives good results in my opinion. But displacement and a wave texture, because I guess in a displacement you're just gonna need to, get a wave texture for it. I don't know, like I don't know. Like, should we try it? Or should I just show you this one time? Or should I just show you this using the modifier or what? Because also in using the modifier, you can apply a weight paint to the object, control in which area. I mean, you can do that in the displacement too. Apply a weight paint. You can do it in the displacement too. You can do it in the displacement and you can do it here, so it's really not a big deal. I think it's okay. But yeah, definitely using a displacement and a wave texture is gonna be so much easier. Blender has yeah, 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 yeah. No, I know, I know, I know, I know. Okay, okay, okay. Do both. Okay. Let's do the wave modifier first. So now we have the wave modifier here. We just want to make the height to be a bit low because it's very high right now, and want to make the width a bit big, make it a bit wide. So let's say it's two. Let's say this is 3.15 on the height, and let's say the speed is gonna be 0.1, and it's just a bit floaty like this. Okay, so obviously think of this as it's gonna be in one pulse. It's not gonna be repetitive. It's gonna be only in one pulse. So it's gonna be like this and that's it. So it's a bit very slow. So let's just do 0.3. Yeah, that looks okay. So we can animate the speed and the height. So let's see here. It's obviously not gonna start like that. Oh, you can also do, like adjust the start position, like where it's gonna be, like the origin point. I did it in one of the projects before. You can just literally select this and get an empty, put it here, and this is gonna be the origin point for this. So you just literally select this, and it's gonna be where the wave is gonna be starting, right? And now using a wave paint, you can just put all of this in a vertex group. Wait, one vertex group, and then go to the wave paint. Let's go there. And now that we have this, let's just make the strength 0 and wait. Uh, um, strength 1, but the weight is 0. So it's gonna be like this. So this is not affected, but all that red is affected by the wave modifier. So now if you go out of the weight paint, because red means active all the way. So yeah, because we didn't select the vertex group here in the modifier. And now see, this part is not affected, but this part is. So now you have literally, this is where it takes off, and you can just literally have the height to be at 0 here, and the speed to be 0, and animate, and okay, it flaps. Why it flaps? Because I think, wait. Oh, I think the height has to be the same, right? I think. No, 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 no. What? Wait. Wait, let me figure this out. This has to be 0.1, I think. Um, and then you just drag it to 0 here. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. My bad. Because it's the cyclic option. My bad. So it's like this. See, it's like one pulse. I'm not even joking. I almost always forget that option. I don't know why. Like that cyclic option. So cyclic means that it's just gonna be repeating for however long that speed is not 0, and that height, as long as it's not 0 and the speed is not 0, it's always gonna be going. So if you check that option, that's what it means. But if you disable it, it's just gonna apply it one more time, like one time. That's it. So now you can just, if you want it to be more renounced, you can just get the height to be a bit more high, like 0.3 or something, like this, and like that. How long have you been doing 3D? It's been, I'm 25 now, and I have been doing it since 16 or something. But I haven't always been doing that, that 3D motion stuff. We all evolve. We all evolve. I did like 3D environment for game developments, but it was only stuff with friends. It wasn't, with studios or stuff like that. It was only like free time hobbies and stuff like that. And that was way, way back in the day. And I used to do with my friends stuff like, VFX. That's when I started using After Effects and to learn more about After Effects and stuff. And I did some 3D alongside of it. And now that I'm just, when you grow up, you feel like, you gotta do more useful stuff now, or stuff that feels like it's useful. Do you work in 3D? No, I'm a motion designer. But technically, it's not only 3D, it's 2D and 3D. But it's for a company that does like a website platform in the Gulf area, in like the Middle East, and they are building a website platform, and I'm doing all the motion design work, like the animation on the website in 2D, and if a project needs 3D or stuff like that, I just I obviously work on it because I know 3D, and I'm the only motion designer in the office there. So yeah, that's my work. So it's basically like 2D and 3D. It's not only 3D. Um, so yeah, to go back to the wave here, So now that we have it started, we can just push it to the beginning. And if we look here in the camera view, boom. See, it's like a bit more delayed than the rest. This happens first and this happens. I mean, it looks clean, to be honest. It looks clean. I don't know, it looks clean. Um, so yeah. Now that we made this, now we can go ahead and I wanted to do a cylinder, and we can animate it using shape keys. So we can go Shift A, create a cylinder here, and drag the cursor, scale all the way like that. You can S Shift Z to scale it on both of the X, on both the X and Y, and drag it up, push it down a bit like this, and get this and push it down, and select that face and the bottom face, inset, and stay in the edit mode, and right click, bridge faces. And now, let's just go to the normal view so we can see it better, like in that frame here. Um, so let's just fix it in place. And let's just grab this up like that. And now let's just do the shape keys. And we're gonna call that squash. And that squash is gonna be, just squashed down like this. And we go outside of the edit mode, and we're gonna be animating this value here. So yeah, we can. I want to have it to be, like in the animation, it was jerking off, like not. Oh my god, it's not what I meant to say. It was like, there was a bit of like a jerky motion. So we want to have it look like that, like it's just rotating like this. Oh, anyways, anyways. Uh, so, oh wait, I want to reverse both of them. What? I wanted to start it. Come on, man. It's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It's okay. Oh my god. Can't believe it. My first ever stream, and I'm saying this. That's so crazy, man. That is so crazy. Some people don't have the balls, though. But it's okay. Some people's when that happens, they just give up and don't stream ever again. But I think I won't do that. I think I'll keep doing it because I like it. So now we're just gonna select the keyframe handle, free, make it like this. So, it just shoots, shoots up. Oh my god, everything I'm gonna say now is just gonna feel weird, man. Shoots up. Oh my god, bro. Uh, so yeah, now let's do the rotation. Rotation, vibrating more. Oh my god, like literally, what else? What word can I use now? Like, that's so crazy. Oh my god. Let's just drag this on the 40. You ain't getting cancelled, bro. Chill out. I know. Why would I get cancelled? I don't think there is a good reason. Plus, nobody even know, bro. Like, it's literally one of the. It's something in the sea of a lot of stuff that is not gonna be known. It's okay. Let's just focus on the task at hand. um. Oh yeah, let's just drag the 3D cursor on the bottom here. I just I guess it's better to keep it like that. Make sure it's not intersecting. And now we're gonna be animating both location and rotations. And we're gonna start like this. I mean, let's see. What is this? Wait. Hold up. Huh? Wait. Man, okay, Control Z. No worries. Okay. Cylinder. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna animate the location and the rotation of the cylinder. Um, we're gonna start here. Let me just hide the keyframe here. It's okay, we can just do it above it. Doesn't really matter. Where do you source your BBR materials from? Do you like photograph them yourself or something? I mean, no, I don't photograph them and I don't source the BBR materials. I have I get a bunch of references in a mood board in BureRef and I put it here for the materials that I wanna, get close to. And I just I literally go eye to eye, just eyeball it. And yeah. Do you source your BBR materials? Yeah, so this is literally just manual animation. There is no trick to it. You just do it until it feels right. We're gonna do a 360 here. And like that. And then here, I mean, I used to use Polygon, but then I got tired of relying on free assets and decided to go outside. Giga Chad, literally Giga Chad. Hell yeah. So you photograph your the materials that you like to, source for the BPR materials you build for 3D? Because I don't know, like I don't keep an asset. Um I don't keep an like I don't keep a library of assets. I mean, maybe I should actually start doing it. That will actually save a lot of time. You can probably run a simulation for animating that. You're right. But it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, like we're done anyways. And let's look. Yeah, looking nice. I swear it's looking nice. I swear. Wallahi, I swear it's looking nice. Um, okay. I think that's it for scene one in terms of animation. I think that's looking really good. Um, okay. Everything looking really clean. Okay. Now we're just gonna switch to the now we're just gonna switch to the shading and texturing. We can just instead of the graph editor now we can just wait. One more thing. I forgot. Um so it's switched like this. Let's just grab the empty here that we made. Just hide the tools that we have opened here. And um now wait, are those Discord notifications? Yeah, wait, you can hear that? Oh my god, lol. Uh Exity. I swear, man. Um so we're gonna grab the camera and then I wanted to just zoom in from here. And we don't have to use the empty for that. You can just literally let's keep the empty independent for this. And then he's done. What the what? Actually, I swear, man. Rage bait. Rage bait is crazy. Um, so now we can grab the empty as it zooms in, and we can just grab the camera and go back, go out with it. So we can just move it like this, and that's gonna be the end frame. Wait, it's very distorted. Ah, it looks nice. Ah, okay. Just 45 degrees. All good. Uh, and now we go to the. What do you mean? No, no. Now we go to the rotation of the z-axis, last frame, and we just have it. Just. You mean trust? What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay. We can just grab this. Wait, what? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, like that. No, 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 no. Let's just keep this one. This is gonna be looking better for sure. Like that, yeah. I usually use Eve with extremely low samples for preview. Feels much nicer than viewport shading. Uh, Definitely. I completely agree with you. But I don't know. I feel like I have some kind of like a trust in whatever that I'm seeing here is gonna be what I'm gonna be is gonna be what I'm expecting when I render. And I don't know, for my setup, when I review using cycles, sometimes, not in all scenes. What are specs for your PC? Okay, let me pull it up. Hold on. Uh, I know the specs, but I just want to show you. Like, okay, so it's just the graphics card is like 4060 RTX, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's 16 gigabytes of RAM and processor i7 Core i7 13th gen, and that's it. That's it. And so yeah, that's okay. It's not like a mad specs and like it's okay. Like it's just living life simply is literally just the best way to live life. So yeah, we're gonna end the animation around here like 131. Don't worry about perfection. Do you render on both your GPUs? No, no, no. I only use the external GPU. I don't render on both of them. I have it like on the wait. I have it on the preference here. System. Oh wait, I use like that's the settings. That's the settings here. Trust me, you get that setting by years of researching and just trial and error. It's crazy. Um, so yeah. So we're done basically with the animation here. This is how the scene is gonna be starting, and it's just gonna zoom in a bit, and it's gonna go out. Literally, you can just take this out without doing anything else, and it's a looping animation. Tell me if it's not. Tell me if it's not. What do you mean when that's not? It is. That's the GPU. The one on the top. That's the GPU, and that's the CPU. That's that. You could literally just use that as a looping animation. Look at that. Oh my god. We might have cooked actually. Oh my, we actually might have cooked. Oh my god. Um, so let's just get to the texturing parts. Oh wait, I don't have to go to shading actually. Wait. Let's just stay here. Um, so it's a laptop, not a workstation. Exactly, yeah. No, I don't have a workstation. I'm just I'm literally just a guy in my room. It's okay. I don't need to have a workstation. The tools are only tools. Always remember that. Tools are only tools. That with motion blur will be proper loop. My man. My man, you got your head in the right place. Motion blur will be a proper loop. Absolutely. Like motion blur at the end, like in the beginning and at the end, so that we can just blur them. Hell yeah. I swear, oh my god. We are out to conquer social media, literally. Um, so we go here, material preview, and now we're just gonna be working on the materials and the textures. So bear with me because it's gonna be a bit of a process that is gonna be so annoying because there is literally actually it's not that annoying in these types of projects, but when it's like products, it's a bit annoying because you have to like UV unwrap, but it's in our case here like it's not that big of a deal. Just saw the animation on your portfolio. Nice job. Is there anything you would change about it? Mm, I mean, um, I don't think like I obviously always want to change everything about what I do. I always want to improve, and I always want to find stuff that would look interesting in the work that I put out. So yeah, definitely. I would literally change everything about it. I would add more assets than the assets that I have now. Um, so yeah, I would definitely add more stuff that is animated. Like I would add a bunch of like imagine if we have like a I don't know, like a Jenga tower here or something. Or like a Jenga tower here. Like the Jenga game, the Jenga tower game. That could be added here and it could fall. We could add like a physics simulation to it and it would just fall reacting to the camera coming in. Uh, along all the curved surfaces that are reacting to the camera as well. So we could add that. Um, that's one idea that I have right now. That literally just came up. I don't know. Do you have any ideas, guys? Like, if somebody is in the chat, like, who has any idea about something that we can add, or should we just get to the textures and get it over? Lately, I've been experimenting with hybrid art. Seems interesting as fuck. What do you mean by hybrid art? You mean like um, traditional and digital? Nice break from photorealism and dealing with cycles. Oh, you mean drawing? You mean like when like drawing on Photoshop or something like that? Mr. Deal, shut the fuck up. Um, I mean, I definitely agree with you about the Jenga Tower idea is solid. Yeah, I agree. We can do that. Should we add it or should we get to the textures? What do you think, guys? Yeah, not Photoshop, Grease Pencil. Mm. Oh, you mean, oh, wait, I just realized. You mean grease pencil and blender? Oh my God. No way, man. That's actually crazy. That's so sick. You should actually send your portfolio. If you have any work that you did, show us, show us. I want to see it, literally. That's actually very cool. I did not use grease pencil before. Mr. Dio, I swear. Add it and then we go and then we go to textures. Okay, okay. Let's add the Jenga tower then. The Jenga towers. Let's just grab a quick reference. Um, wait, let's just get rid of all of that stuff. See, just literally any picture you can just add it here, and it could be just a reference. I don't really have a portfolio, but I can send my work. Absolutely, man. I would love to see it. Should I make a book? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Just get your stuff out there, man. Like, don't just, I mean, I don't know. Part of the process of creating something for yourself is just to show it as well, you know? I'm relatively new to 3D, completed the donut in October. I mean, come on, man. You don't sound like someone who completed the donut in October. You're telling me about the displacement stuff, and I thought that you were, oh my God, that guy just cracked the atom. I think you should definitely share your stuff. Even if it's not like for work or anything, it's just something for you to look back on and be like, damn, like I improved, you know? It's definitely gonna be worth it. Trust me. So much worth it. If I show you when I did like first when I first started product visualizations, oh my god. You know Cosmos? Lately there's too much AI on. True. Let's go to Cosmos. I used Cosmos a couple of times. Um and you're so right about AI filling up Pinterest all over. Wait, what? Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Jenga, Jenga, Jenga. Is it not called Jenga or what? Or am I delusional? Yeah, it is. I mean, it looks okay. Let's just stop here. It's okay. We don't need more references. That's enough, I think. So we're literally gonna use a lot of because it's gonna be a physics simulation. So let's see how we're gonna be approaching this. Um, I think we should build like like two pieces. Yeah, yeah, we found it. We found it. Uh, we should build like two pieces, so we can have variation on the wood like here, and yeah, we just have it offset in that way, so that like it was already almost used and it was left, and then it's broken because of that movement in the camera. So yeah, let's get it. um I swear I hate when I want to make something and it's just everything is like that. So let's just clean up the viewport a bit so we can model, and then we're gonna split it up again later. Okay. Uh, so we want to make a cube, and we want to scale it like that, and scale it down like this. Let's just put the 3D cursor on the bottom, and set the 3D cursor on the bottom. Set it to the origin. Drag it up. Array, yes, you should also probably consider getting Blender 5. I know, I mean, I agree. I agree. But Blender 5, from what I heard, I mean, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure, for sure. But it's okay. Like, we don't have to worry about it today. It's been out for a while, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't get it. I didn't like install it, but I will, I will. Although the compositor has massive, yeah, 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 yeah. And also like I've heard they added like simulation nodes and stuff like that. That's so crazy that they added simulation nodes now. So we're gonna bevel these parts. Let's just make sure the scale is applied. Bevel these parts. Increase the edges here. I think that looks nice. And we're just gonna add a bit of a bevel here with a shape profile of 1, but it's only like 3 segments. And then click B. Wait, why is the screen cascades is all the way over there? What? Hello? I did not push it all the way like this. That's crazy. Anyways, and now we can just apply a subdivision surface. And now we're done with one piece. And we just want to make sure that the scale looks right. I mean, it looks nice. And if we just bring back everything else, bundles are mad useful too, especially when I have insanely disorganized shaders doing a lot of stuff. True. You mean like when you do like shader work, like in the textures and stuff like that? When you like, press the Control G to group a bunch of nodes? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, we're gonna scale this down. While texturing the Jenga, do like the acrylic transparent Jenga inspo. Acrylic transparent Jenga. Okay, let's see which one. Acrylic transparent Jenga. What is that? Oh, hold up, what? Damn. No, there is a new bundle node in 5. Okay, okay. I'm gonna check it out then. I didn't hear of this actually. So, but it is in theory similar to the Control G, but it's just a bundle node, right? That's actually cool reference. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm gonna use this one actually. Multicolored. Multicolored. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm sorry. I was muted this whole time and I didn't realize. So you're saying you can get like inputs of multiple node groups and group them together and then navigate them through a fixed path without cluttering your workspace. So it's like, wait. So let's say we have a shader here. And let's just say we have I don't know, like an image texture. And we have like multiples of them. The one with the hand on top. Oh, you mean the reference? Wait. This one? Okay. Uh, wait. Triad, triad. So, okay. Yes, we got it. But triad. You were saying you can have multiple nodes like this, and the pathing that comes out of it. So let's say we have like a, I don't know, like a mixed color here, and you can mix it up here. Wait, so a bundle node. So let's say we bundle both of them, Control G, and then we go out. Wait, how do we go out again? Group. Wait, what? Wait, hold up. What? Alt G? Wait.
Always on the lookout for
Oh,
new tunes?
tab key. Okay.
Spotify
Arrow tab
Premium
right.
lets you explore
What?
a catalog of
Oh
millions of
yeah. Oh my
songs
God.
with high-quality audio. Get 3 free months
My bad.
trial
My
at
bad. I usually
lansdale.com.
don't
Tap the
use
banner
that
to learn
Control G
more.
at all. My bad. My bad. But you mean you can create it like this? Triad? Yeah. Or tab. Yeah. So you mean you can use it like this? Control G, and if it has like multiple outputs from here, like let's say here, so instead of it being like a noodle like this, you can just, I think there was like a, wait, yeah, like this, right? What are you talking about this? Because I think that was part of the node wrangler, I think. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it's still messy in some way. But I don't think you're talking about this too, or are you? Yeah, except there's two nodes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna definitely check it out then. I'm gonna definitely check it out. And all the data is carried through one connection? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Okay, so we're gonna be working on this acrylic one. But I feel like the color, one is all the inputs and one is the output. Okay, so instead of having like a branching input, you just have, okay, no, but I get it though. I get what you mean though. I get what you mean. I'm gonna check it out for sure. It's gonna be interesting. Um, okay, so we're gonna be using that as a reference for the material that we're gonna be putting here. So let's see. Wanna place it like this, and we wanna duplicate it. You should use a Fresnel and two shaders for the Jenga. Yeah, we will. When we get to the textures, let's just make like 3 copies first, and then we're gonna figure out the textures now. Let's go. We can just start working on the, maybe make the glass frosted. Ooh, I mean, honestly, sounds interesting. I'm gonna preview in cycles. Let me know if it lags out. It's still black, still loading. Oh, that's because of the HDRI. Um, let's see. Oh, shader, and then go to the world. Let's just. I have a bunch of downloaded HDRs, and so let's see. It's very, very high. Okay, let's put it down like this. And you can just use the Z rotation here to control the HDRI. Anyways. So let's work on the texturing. No, we're gonna get to the lighting later. We don't have to worry about it now. So we're gonna create a material. Let's just make it a glass material, glass BSDF, and roughness is all the way to 0. Uh, Wait, hold up. Oh, it might be because there's no light. Oh my god. Gonna have to be blinded. Oh wait, we have to add a solidify, I think. Oh yeah, have you tried out Eve Next and maybe experimented with it? No, I haven't. I haven't actually used. I I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't used Eve as much as I've used Cycles. I've used Cycles for the longest of times. Even when I had a trash BC, I still used Cycles. I just I don't know. It always it just it's what I'm comfortable mostly with, because of the output that it gives me. Um, so let's see. Let's just try a solidify here. And we can do a trick here. Add the mix shader and transparent BSDF like this. Wait, I reversed the order, my bad. And so it's okay. So we have it like this. Actually, we might not need solidify, or let's just keep it because it's gonna be so. It's actually very impressive right now. Even the photorealistic stuff works decently, especially with RT added now. Yeah, you mean like the ray tracing? Yeah, let's try it then. But I feel like I know that there is like the ray tracing that they added, but I feel like even stuff like reflections and stuff like the glass and stuff like that, it needs like a refraction box or something. It's here, I think. It's like something that you add. I don't remember which one. Oh yeah, a light prob, so that it calculates the shadows, perfectly. But I guess you only use that for rendering. So okay, let's just keep this for the preview purposes then. And let's just add a Fresnel weight here. And let's see. Probably, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's too much. It's too much transparency. Hmm. What about this? Looks a bit nice. You should use a color ramp instead of adjusting IOR. You mean in place of the IOR? It's this one that I'm using, right? That's actually genius. I've never tried that before. That's so crazy. Thank you, man. See, you always learn and improve. Nobody's a master at everything. I'm not claiming to be a master for sure. Um, let's just actually we can have that transparent color to be, matching this color. Let's just quickly switch to cycles just to make sure. Just to make sure. See, it's not the same preview. It's not the same preview. It's crazy. Is it because of this? It is. Wow. Okay. It actually doesn't look that bad though. That looks nice. It looks pretty clean and close to the reference too. You could almost, taste that shape. That's crazy. Um, so the way we would add a frosting to this, we can just control the roughness here by adding just a noise to it. So let's just make a noise texture. Try placing the ramp in between the Fresnel and Factor. Oh, you mean here? Wait. Wait. Oh my god, let's just... you got a cleaner seam. Damn. Damn. Give this guy an Oscar. Give this guy a Nobel right now. A Nobel Prize right now. Is... So I'm just going through the options because I haven't tried this before actually. That looks nice. And I guess we can just have a more subtle look by just reducing the saturation here, right? Or no, that's just all the way black. Oh, you can just grab this like this. Damn. Okay. It's not, that's really good. That's really good. I like this. I like this. That's actually nice. Um, so let's see. Let's just. You should use a Voronoi for the randomness. You mean the randomness on the roughness, or which randomness are you talking about? I'm just gonna prepare it just in case. Plug noise texture color into scale of Voronoi. Okay. So you wanna have like the Voronoi be scale of Voronoi. Okay. So we plug this into the color. Or wait, the distance, I mean. The roughness, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so now, oh wait, you mean the color in the roughness? Oh, okay. Damn, this guy is cooking. It looks very weird though. So what is this artifacts though? I feel like that's an artifact though, right? Or am I? We can maybe try a color ramp here. Maybe it's gonna fix it up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Damn, that's actually crazy. Um, maybe we can adjust smooth F1 might look better. Smooth F1? What do you mean? You mean shade smooth? Oh, you mean smooth F1. Oh, this one. Okay, okay. Wait, did it do anything? Or am I crazy? Wait. Let's see. I don't know. Like I feel like maybe is there something that apply the scale? Smooth F1 and Voronoi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is here. I did it. I did it. But I feel like it must be subtle. All right. It. I feel like it's still looking a bit. Um. How do I say it though? You should adjust scale too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like that's the problem. That's because it. That's why it looks really off. It looks way off. Wait. Let's just go to Eve. See how it looks in Eve and we work off of that. Or is it not in Eve? It is. Okay. Hmm. I feel like that is not that bad. That is cool. That smear that is going across like that, that looks nice. And we make it just subtle like this. Yeah, it looks nice. Eve really doesn't like glass BSDF at low samples. Yeah, I can tell. Um, maybe if we see options here. Hmm, interesting. It just feels like a blob, you know? It feels like a blob that is just on the glass. It doesn't feel like frosting. Let's look at frost. Frosted glass. Uh, let's see, it looks way different here. That is completely different. That looks nice. Yeah, excuse the the Discord notifications. So let's just grab one of like a this is cool. This is nice. This is nice. But it's too noisy, so we're not gonna be doing that much noise. So let's just experiment until we get some result like that. So let's see. What can we do here? We get that effect. I usually just like to, review the color ramp itself, and we're gonna see. So if we want to do something like this, make this very, very subtle, make it more white than black, and what about this? It's okay. Now let's just look at it. It is fine, man. It's okay. Using a principal BSDF instead of glass might be better here. Okay. I'm not gonna remove the setup, but let's try it. It will allow you to control transmission. Okay. Principled. Let's see. Um. Oh, you mean instead of the glass, right? You mean instead of the glass. Okay. Okay. So we're just gonna get this all the way on here. I don't really need it right now. And get this here. Screw this glass. Okay. Now let's hold up. So we want the transmission to be all the way on one. And wait, so we block this into the roughness here. Or IOR. Yeah, it wasn't the roughness. Just increase transmission to max. Yeah. And plug this here. Wait, actually, what the fuck? You're right. How are you always right about the stuff and you tell me, should I post my work? Do you mean, bro? How do you not have work online? How do you not have your work posted online? Are you crazy? That's crazy. That looks really fucking nice, though. Damn. Wait, but what? It has no business looking that good, though. It has no business looking that good. I just wanna literally see a before and after. That's before, and that's after. I mean, wait. Is there a difference though? Wait, I might be delusional. What the fuck? I just might actually be delusional. Thanks, but I haven't really made a lot of shit yet. I know. But again, you can always do. You can always do. You can always find the time to do. This looks nice. It's not that. I mean, it's very close though. But you're right, you're right. It's definitely way better with this. So now let's just say frosted glass. Um, my YouTube has this cinematic on a black hole I made by taking advantage of refraction and cycles bounce. Link it. Put the link in the comments and let's see it. Okay, hell yeah then. Yeah, okay. I'll see you in a month though. I'll see you in a month. And if you don't have it ready, oh my god, man. Oh my god. But you gotta. You have to. You have to. Trust me, we're gonna see it here together. So you just have to make it. And it's good exposure for you too. I mean, not that I have any any exposure myself, but let's just, um, there's this artist. It's called Ash Thorpe. He's like one of like literally a legend, a legend. He's making cars now and stuff like that. He used to work in VFX and movies, and I don't know if any of you heard about him. And he used to make like a lot of podcasts talking with like, people in the industry that are like really big, really famous, and very well accomplished. And he always have this mindset when he talks to one of them that um he always have this mindset of saying that we feed off of each other, like if I'm doing something for someone to let him learn something, he's feeding off of my knowledge and he's gonna grow, and in the future I'm gonna feed off of his knowledge as well. So for example, I have like a project that I'm working on, and I have Mr. Dia here, my friend in the chat, Ahmed Dia, my Mr. Dia. And if we're working on a project together, I'm done with all the environments and materials, but I gotta animate now. Okay, let me see it. Hold up. Hold up. Wait, what? It's not working, bro. The link is not working. Okay. So yeah, this Ash Thorpe guy always had this mindset of like, um, you put something out, I put something out. We can feed off of each other's creativity. If I make a project that you can replicate and have your own touch on it, that's you feeding off of my work. And once I see your work and what you did with my work, I can just feed off of that as well and have it boost my own work as well. You know what I mean? It comes back to the idea of like nothing is original, everything is just, repurposed and replicated. And it's true. It's true. And, like no work existed ever was original. Everything is either inspired by something or replicated from an idea of something, you know? So yeah. So again, let's just keep feeding off of each other. That's the whole mindset here. Always do your work, I do my work, and we show and share and give each other feedback, and that's literally how we grow. And you don't need anything else to succeed in life. Uh, so yeah. So now that we have the frosted glass here for this cube, we're gonna replicate it to the others. Instead, so we're just gonna change. Let's apply the scale. I mean, apply all the transforms. Why does it look different? What? Am I crazy? Frosted glass. Um, hold up. What? Wait. Use object info now? You gotta add YouTube to the start? What do you mean YouTube? What do you mean add YouTube to the start? Oh, you mean the link. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Like this? Okay. I mean, guess we're gonna... What? You gotta add YouTube to the start. I don't get it, man. You mean the link or what? Ah, okay. YouTube.com. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Wait, hold up. It looks sick already. What? Wow. Wow. Damn, okay. Is that the young Christopher Nolan or what, huh? Wow. It that actually looks sick though. What the fuck? You made this by yourself? Those discs took a while of perfecting shaders. Are you telling me you made this fucking satellite station? No way. You made this by yourself, or was that, uh, like a premium asset that you bought? There is literally no geometry on the accretion disk. Oh, but I actually, come on, man. Like, you gotta give yourself some credit here. How is that not online yet? Bro, boast your shit online. What do you mean you don't have shit to boast? What? That's so crazy. Literally, I'm gonna tell you my feedback at the end, what I think you could improve. Let's watch until the end. Let's give it its own respect. This is cool. Okay. Should I? Is the audio, by the way, good, or should I just turn it up a bit? Wow. I mean, that's cool, man. Wow. Damn. That is actually sick. That is actually so sick. Uh, Lama Suzanne, I know. Hey man, just tuning in. Is this a review? No, no. We're rebuilding one of the scenes that I animated, but I was just reviewing. I was reviewing one of the work of the people called Triad Wizzy, and that's his channel, by the way. Smell MEL Blay 5. You should change that name, man. That is not easy to read. But come on, man. W animation spectacular. I mean, how is that not encouraging you to do more? How is that not encouraging you to do more? That's crazy. That is some sick animation. The you told me that the satellite is a free asset from NASA, but you had to texture it. It actually looks clean though. Literally, okay. My first impression when I saw this accretion desk is really cool. Like this looks nice. Let's see. Let's see if you're right. Oh my god. Nah, man. You gotta start, I mean, listen. You can just take it as a hobby. It doesn't have to be serious. You can just take it as a hobby. Um, okay. So literally, my opinions here. I like this accretion disc. It looks really nice. This is Eve. I feel like that's Eve, right? That is not Cycles, or is it Cycles? I feel like that's Eve. I most definitely feel like that's Eve. That is cool. Come on. How can you tell me? You also added these details, man. That is Cycles. Okay. I mean, I can't tell if it's Cycles or Eve because there is not much to tell from this because, I can't tell if it's you told me that you'll have to use Cycles for the light calculations. Yeah. I like it's so cool though. This took an absurd amount of time to render. Looks really nice. Looks really fucking nice. I like these details that you had here. Hold up. I'm a chemistry major, by the way. So I studied a shit ton of physics in my uni. So I studied like, like event horizons, and it wasn't in my uni, but I read a lot of books in physics, so I have a shit ton of knowledge in that. So I know like the event horizons and all that stuff, and like how the black holes works, the curvature of space-time, and all that good stuff. So I'm surprised that you have that implemented here. Tell me if that was actually you thinking about it and adding this detail of the space being warped here. That is crazy. Oh my god. I know it is gravitational lensing. That's so crazy. Damn. I mean, bro, you take the mic, you do the stream. What the fuck? That is nice. That is nice. I feel like the text here, uh, it could be more cinematic, You could use like something more cinematic. Um, you could again remember that artist that I told you about, Ash Thorpe. Ash Thorpe is here. This guy, a legend, an insane legend. So he had he does a lot of cinematic work for cars and stuff like that. Let's just go to the YouTube channel because he has a lot of good work. It feels extremely cinematic. Like if you can use his work as a reference or something to learn from, I'm sure it could like literally transform you and get you somewhere else. Literally, I've watched a lot of his work. Um, oh yeah, he did like the design of the Batmobile in the Batman movie, for the one that was released like I don't know like a year ago or something. I don't really remember when it was released. But yeah, like look at this. Like definitely the music he used here feels extremely cinematic, but I feel like the text, if it was a bit like, bold or something, it would feel a bit more cinematic. But it would hit more. But it definitely looks really nice. Yeah. You should definitely check that guy. His work is extremely insane. And when I saw your work, when I saw that video, I was immediately, I was reminded of his work. Obviously, he's on a different level, but you could literally learn a lot from him. But it's, I think it would be a great start for you. You have my like too, man. I gave you a like. Wait. I switched to a baked HDRI for the animations with the satellite because of the absurd amount of bounces that was. Oh my god. It's crazy. I could definitely tell you that um so this Collider, I feel like you could do a bit more work on it. That's literally just for the future, like for future reference, like what you could improve on. I feel like the cables, it looks a bit bulky. Just saw your Behance, you got some great stuff. Thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. I hope you can enjoy the stream. I'm rebuilding one of the animations as some type of tutorial stream. So I hope you're enjoying the stream, guys. If you do, I appreciate your stay so much, and it's great. Like it's literally the first stream. I like the light. The light looks nice. Um, I feel like obviously the laptop model, you know, could be better for sure. But I know it was like a start 1 month ago, and you said that you made the first donut in October, so that's crazy that you did this like after a month of work in Blender. That's so crazy. I also like the almost X-ray feel or wireframe feel of that you made here. I didn't really know how to add more details though. This was literally like a week after my donut. Yeah. Again, always use references. Always, always. Don't shy away. There is ArtStation. You can literally go to ArtStation. It's one of the websites that you can find a lot of references for VFX and, and games and stuff like that. And you can just type Collider. You're gonna find a lot of references here. A lot. For stuff that is similar to you. What, 1 month in Blender? Yeah, I mean, I know. It's crazy. It's only 1 month in Blender, and this is the work that he outputs. Like, bro, that's so crazy. You can find a lot of great work here of professional people, for sure. These are like professional, high-level people, and you can just literally look at the work that they do, and it's crazy. The amount of details, the feel of the light, and the intensity, it's just crazy. Let's just search um, sci-fi Collider, and let's see. Yeah, see, like something like this or like that. See? So, obviously this is a shit ton of work. This is a shit ton of work to do something like that, but you could always just simplify it and do something simpler. But it's like a point of reference that you can refer to say, what can I do to pre-populate? I'm relearning Blender for the 100th time. I know, man. It's okay, you got this. Don't give up. Trust me. Practice is the only key. Practice is the only key. Just keep practicing. Never give up on practicing. See this? Like, this is a cool Rider also. It's very cinematic. Mid-journey, oh my god. So he used the AI for the as an inspiration. It's okay. It's okay. You know. Right now I'm working on a Cyberpunk city. I think I can send a screenshot on Discord or something. Absolutely. You can. Um Wait. Let me just put my Discord. How can I? Wait. Here. That's the Discord. If you wanna add, then send it. But it's definitely clean work, man. Yeah, I wanted to add as well that in the animation that you made, you should really make a server. I will, I will. But it's only because, you know, we're just getting started and stuff like that, so I haven't really prepared for this. I didn't expect people to be watching today, to be honest. That's so crazy. Yes, so here, in this part, like this camera shot is good. Okay, okay, you sent a request? Okay, let me check. Uh, ah, wait, I haven't received it yet. Wait, what? Yeah, yeah, I haven't received the request yet for some reason. The explosion is short as fuck, but because that was. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Woozy. Yeah. Send it, send it. The explosion is short as fuck because that was intensive as fuck to render. Um, do you do Blender full time? I do Blender and I do After Effects because I work as a motion designer, so I do motion design professionally, but it's like 2D and 3D. So it's not only 3D, but my start was 3D. So I just like 3D a lot, and I all the projects that I have on YouTube are not professional work. It's practice personal pieces that I did in my own free time, add to my portfolio to be able to be hired professionally. But you know, I did not get hired to do it unfortunately yet. But you know, maybe one day, maybe one day. um, yeah, yeah, it's just the switch here. The switch between this, the explosion, and the black hole. It feels a bit robotic, you know. But you can definitely improve on that. Like you can definitely improve on this one shot. I feel like that's literally my only feedback on the whole thing. That this one shot is the only one that feels, you know, robotic. The rest just feels good. I definitely hear you if you're saying that. Um, okay, okay. I like this. I like this. That's cool. That's cool. That looks nice. The reflections and everything. Uh, is this an Eve though? Do you have this in Eve? Like, is that render from Eve? Because it feels like it's from Eve. Or maybe you add like a volume shader or something, right? You added a volume shader to make like a fog. I feel like it's making the picture a bit flat. You could like if that is what you did, I don't know. Yeah, Eve. Oh, okay, okay. So it must be because of that. Did you add like a volume shader? You know, like the when you add like a volume and you add like a noise to the volume to make like the fog effect and stuff like that. Did you add that here? We get back to the project for a bit. But nice work, man. That singularity animation, it's so crazy. Ooh, wait, you did this with Grease Pencil? You did this with Grease Pencil? Yeah, you added volume. This frame looks way better than the other one for some reason. I don't know why. but there is a lot of contrast. Wait. So see, like look in this area. Look in this area. See, the amount of visual contrast here is so much better than here. For some reason here it feels a bit too flat. Or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, yeah, you removed it in the second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why, that's why. It's so much better in the second for sure. So much better. It's a single frame from the animation I'm working on right now. Man, literally when you finish it, you have to tune in and just send it. Literally, you have to. You have to. Let's go back to the project because we want to finish it because it's getting late. Um, so let's go. Now that we have this, we have all the Jenga pieces here. We did the frosting. I mean, we could increase it a bit, though, no? We can increase it a bit. Let's make it like 80 or something. 150. Yeah, I know. It is getting late, bro. Like, what? We've been talking for so long. So I'm gonna duplicate all the materials that I have here, just so we can just change the colors. Make this green, and make this like orange. I think you should unwrap the Jenga. Okay. That's just smart UV project because I am literally not in the mindset right now to apply a seam and stuff like that. Oh my god, I am literally... My brain is fried up right now. I swear. My brain is fried up right now. Nice. What? Node wrangle a texture coordinate and mapping? You think that's the problem? Like, it's okay here, but it's not here. For some reason, it feels so, like, so flat here, but it's not as saturated here. Oh, wait. Maybe this fixes it. Let's just... Let's see. Try doing a linked duplicate. Okay. But a linked duplicate and then what? Let's see. Control L, link materials. See? It's just, I don't know why. Oh my god, wait, maybe it's the normals? Oh, I remember. Oh my god, no, 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 no. It's the solidify modifier. Oh my god, I have a solidify here. It's okay. It's okay. I just copy the selected and that's it. My bad. My bad. I'm just, again, I'm fried. I swear. It's working now. It's working now. Um, Actually, fuck the solidify modifier. It's making it so weird. This is way Bastelli. It's way nicer, you know. This is way nicer for sure. I know, man. Like literally, fuck the solidify modifier. No, 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 not yet, not yet. I didn't array it yet. I just made the. I think we're gonna avoid the array option. I mean, we can use it just to populate the thing, but we're gonna, after we apply the array, we're gonna have to literally split all the pieces because when we do the physics simulation, you can't really do it on the array, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but Anyway, instead of adjusting colors manually, you should probably use an object info. Yeah, you're right, you're right. It's okay, it's okay. I'm sure it's not a big deal. Um, oh, you mean because when we duplicate, oh my god, you're right. What the fuck? Okay, okay. Object info to color map to base color set ramp to constant. You're right, you're right. Okay, let's just set it now. And then we link the materials. You're right, man. The more you know. Literally, the more you know. Uh, yeah. I can apply. Yeah. Link materials. Use random. You're right. Okay. Okay. I mean, how many colors here? Like three? Okay, that's not bad, not bad. We can just make it a bit more saturated. Like 0.8. And yeah, let's just switch all of them to 0.8. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I had to cough a lot, so I had to mute not to blow your ears. Okay, so now that we have this, we can let's just see if the array modifier is gonna be working with it. Mm, wait, do you think it's gonna work with the array modifier or no? No, right? Now you can probably just do arrays one for one, one for column, and then apply. Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I think it's not gonna work though. Is it? Or do you mean like we join all of them? No, it's not. I think they have to be different. Edit mode and then separate by separate objects. Hmm. You'll have to apply and separate first though. Yeah, but they're not like they are different objects though. Like they're not really linked. Like they're only linked in material. They have the same material, but they're separate objects. So I think if we join them, the material random object info drops. It's not working anymore. So if we have like object index, no? Okay. Hmm. Oh my God. So even the random one is not working because they have to be separate objects. It's okay. I think we can just literally put this up like this. Yeah, you can get rid of two of them. I know, but even if I use the array, like look, if I use the array, it's not gonna. If I get rid of two of them, if I use the array, it's not gonna. And then, so when I apply the array stack, it's gonna work, you mean? It's not. Wait, let's separate them. You're right. I haven't used that trick before. You're right, you're right. Okay. Good mindset, man. Good mindset. I swear the more you know. I swear the more you know. 0, 1. Just make sure they're not glued. I don't want them to be glued. Once you separate the object info, yeah. You're right, I appreciate it, man. Habibi. Use array while joined, then after applying array, you separate to individual objects for random to work. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it so much. So let's stack the array. Okay. I just want to leave a bit of a gap between them because when we do the physics simulation, I don't want to be like weird collisions and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna leave a bit of a gap between them because when the physics simulation works, it's literally not gonna matter. That gap is not gonna matter at all. So let's do like, I don't know, like 8 on top. Okay, so 8. Actually, let's use 16. Let's use 12. Nah, I think 8 is okay. Right? How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can maybe use a curve to add a twist or some. Yeah, we can. We can do that for sure. Let's add 12. You mean to randomize the rotations? I mean, we can already randomize the rotation with just, the object transform and randomize rotation. Note on the ref they have different orientation after each step. Yeah. We're gonna do that after the blind array because we're not gonna be able to do that here, like here. I don't think there is a modifier to do that. So there is definitely no way. Unless we can. I think there is no way. The array only works with uniform objects, and it's no matter what you do, it's gonna always give you a pattern. It's never gonna be random with the array. So we can just apply the array and take all of them, loose parts. Now we have all the loose parts. Let's just make sure okay, it's working. And now we just go to the side view. Wait. And okay. Hold up. So if we rotate this like that, and we move this by, wait, we move this by that much, and this by this much, and now, so we can just add a bit of randomization, I guess. Like that, and like this. Array the first layer with the orientation apply, then array the 2 layers. Array the first layer with the orientation. You can use the object snapping tool by pressing G and then B. Oh, nice. Object snapping, cool. You're right, okay, cool. New feature in 4, I think. I did not use that one. Thank you so much. Let's, do some randomization here. It's okay to do manual. We're just chilling. Let's see. Let's just try and randomize this. See if it's gonna work with it. Bro. Randomize transform. But it's gonna intersect. That's the problem. Hmm. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, we can have that be a start, I guess. Not bad. And we can just do it like this. Like that. And we move this like that. We don't really need the snap because, like, think of it like it was just, like just random. It's very, very random. It doesn't have to be, like a stack of Jenga that is ready to be played. Like, think of it like it was already ruined, already used. We can even just put this literally on top of both of them. There isn't a clamp for randomizing. I think there's no clamp for randomizing here. I mean, why would there be? Like the software can't know, Blender can't know if what you're doing is gonna be colliding with other stuff or not. Because I guess there is no tag for collision. See, like in Cinema 4D, it mostly works like that. That there is tags that you can just put on objects and be like, oh, like there is a tag for collision, and now if there is another object that has physics, it will respect that tag and not be influenced by colliding with that object. So if it collides, it's gonna actually respect the collision and it's gonna stop. And it works like that by just tags, which is crazy. Like, why do we not have that in Blender, bro? As I remember, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't quote me on this. Literally, don't quote me on this. So we drag this like that. I think that looks decent. Looks really decent. Now let's just check one more time the material preview. Looks nice. I mean, the snapping works just fine though. Okay, let me try it again. But it's not working for some reason though. Look, JB, it's giving out the icon, but it's not working. Right? Or am I doing it wrong? You're a pro in C4D? No, 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 no. But I used C4D a lot back in the day. Like before, I obviously started in Blender, but I used C4D as well. Because for some reason, believe it or not, I understood Cinema 4D more than I understood Blender. I don't know how, but but for some reason, that's how I started. I didn't understand anything in Blender, but I understood everything I was doing in Cinema 4D. And then after I used Cinema 4D for a bit, I switched to Blender because Cinema 4D was just, I guess it wasn't it for me. Now you gotta select a corner and click on a surface. Select a corner and click on a surface. Oh, what? Hello? Okay, okay. It's not a drag and drop. Okay, it's not a drag and drop. Okay, okay, okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Good to know, good to know. I literally haven't used that before. Okay, so now let's just do the physics simulation. Let's just drop a plane, and this is gonna be the collision. And let's see, how do we want to do this? I want to make it a bit big, and I always just like to go here in the shading properties and just wait, I mean the viewport display, and just make it wired. It doesn't really matter the subdivision on it because it's going to be a collision object. I think we have to make it a passive rigid body, not a collision. And we just make it big. And we go back to the timeline. And let's see. So, how do we want to have them break? Do we have like I don't know, like a ball shoots at them? Should make the plane bigger. Yeah, but I don't want to have the whole tower collapse. Like maybe like half of it. Like maybe half of it. Maybe half of it is okay. It doesn't have to be all of it. So I think that's big enough. That's big enough. That's big enough. Um, we should have it like Wait, let's just try a force first. I'm gonna try a force field because that's what I used a lot. And let's see what result we get. I'm gonna have it here. Maybe wind can do the trick. I mean, it's the same thing though. Like using a force field in a negative direction, it's the same thing as using a wind. But I don't think like wind is gonna be like, um, I don't know. I haven't actually tried wind at all with rigid bodies. But by the way, we haven't added any rigid body tags here, so let's just do that right now. Oh my god, I can't with this, bro. Link object data. Is that gonna link? No. Oh my god, nice. How do we link this? Link. What is it? I mean, I say that because wind is the only force field I've used. Oh. No. You can definitely use other force fields like the turbulence. Turbulence could actually work nice here in this case. It's really nice. I haven't really done many physics sims because my CPU ain't that good. That's okay. I think you can do it, but just keep in mind the geometry, like the poly count. You see, like I always have the poly count here, even though I have like I don't say my setup is insane or anything, but it's a bit decent. It can handle stuff. But I always keep like the statistics open here, and as long as the triangles is not past the 5 million or something, my PC is good. It can handle itself. But if it's past that, then literally GG, literally GG. So let's see how do we link that? Transfer mesh data? No. Is there no way of linking rigid bodies? What? Let's just literally Google it. How to link. Control L and share physics settings from another active object. Use the copy from active. Copy from active. How do we do the copy from active? Hello? Control L. What? Control L. Link fonts. What the? It's not object data. I already tried object data. Let's look again. Settings. Select objects, active object. Okay, Control L, object data, then link rigid body. It's not there. I don't know, maybe join them first and apply. You're right, okay. That's better. Good thought, good thought. Join rigid body active. Now separate. Wait, what? Did I not? Bro. I swear I selected everything. That is wild. Okay, all of them have it. Now, trust Gemini ain't it. Check a website. True. I swear, man. It's so true. Gemini is not it, man. Origin to geometry. Okay. Now we have all the tags. By the way, in one of the projects that I did in my own free time, I was checking like the difference between the dynamic and animated, and it turns out dynamic is only works if the object that has the physics tag. If the object that has the physics tag, if you have a force field around it, it's gonna react to it. So that's what means dynamic. It's not when it's gonna be reacting to anything. It has a physics tag as well, or like a rigid body component on it. But if it's animated, then it's gonna animate, and when the animation happens, it's gonna enable the collision of that object to hit another rigid body. So that is something that I didn't know before. Maybe it's gonna help in the future for one of your projects or not, but I mean it's good to know. It's good to know. So let's just grab the force field here. Let's, uh, just get it to -50 or something. Let's see. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Okay, it's definitely not it. I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice. It's not. It's doing what we're expecting it to do, right? It's doing what we should definitely get the plane to be bigger. Oh my god, I should have already made it bigger, man. Okay, let's just make it bigger like this. Of course, of course. It's not that bad, but right, man, I'm gonna head up to sleep. It's like 2 here. Oh my god, where are you from, man? Where are you from? It's like 9 here. But I appreciate you a lot. Woozy, you are the man. You are the man. You keep up the good work, man. And keep practicing. I promise you, you'll be in a different place if you just keep practicing. Like, I'm not telling you, stop living and just do this full time. No, I'm obviously telling you, like, just keep up the hobby. If you love it, just trust me, you're doing some amazing work. If this is what's stopping you, a proper feedback, I promise you, you got it. You got it in you to do something insane and amazing. Let's just view it from the camera and see. Right, thanks. I mean, I don't really have anything else to do, Lama. How old are you? How old are you right now? If I may ask, obviously, like, you're okay if you don't want to answer that? Yeah, it's very slow. See, that's why this force field is gonna be just, it's like bullshit. It's not gonna do shit for us. So let's just add a turbulence. Watching anime and working in Blender has become my full-time work for the past month or something. Okay, okay, I see. You're a fellow anime watcher. Okay. 15? Come on, man. Come on, man. Appreciate life. Appreciate life. You still have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Just literally, you're 15 and you're doing work like the work you showed me. Are you? Doesn't make any sense. How, bro? What? No fucking way. I swear, no fucking way, man. You keep it up, though. You have to keep it up, man. Trust me. Like, you got this, though. You got this. Just enjoy life. Keep watching anime. Play games. Stay up with Blender. It's literally no better time to do any of that stuff with all the AI bullshit out there. Joblessness makes you do impressive shit, long. Bro, you don't need to be jobless at 15. You just need to enjoy life. Literally, that's it. You don't need to be jobless. But how old, like, where are you from, though? Like, I'm already assuming you're from like a Western country because of your English. It's super good. Or is that just you being a result of watching a lot of, Western stuff? Um, that's not that bad though. John, I thought you answered. Um, nah, gang, I'm from India. Oh, come on, man. Okay, okay, okay. You're good though. You're good. You're good. You're good. You got this. Just keep at it, man. Keep at it. Don't give up, and you know, there is a lot of there is a lot of good stuff out there that are made by Indian people. You just keep up. the good work, keep up the spirit, and never give up on what you want. Trust me, it's gonna pay off a lot. It's gonna pay off a lot, man. So yeah, let's see. But you have a good night, man. Enjoy your night. Uh, let's see. Getting through art here is a real pain. It is. Trust me, nowadays it's like doing it anywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy. Literally no one understands the value. Yeah, 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 no, for sure. Because it's it's like a crowded because I'm sure India is like similar to where I'm from as well. I'm from Egypt, and it's literally the same thing. Nobody understands value here as well, and it's all good. Like you just have to stay true to what you do and believing that it's gonna pay off one day. Alright, I'm gonna hit to sleep. I have school tomorrow or something. Okay, okay, okay. You have an enjoyable night and good rest, man. And thank you so much for watching the stream and for tuning in. You're amazing. Just enjoy. Have a good night, man. And you can, if you want, you can just rewatch the stream tomorrow. And if you want to pick up like any tricks or something from the stream, and always happy to help you. Okay. Okay. So let's get back to the. Gonna go back to the camera view here. On this side, so we can wrap up this project because oh my god, it's getting so late. 5 hours of sleeping gonna be nowhere, but yeah, night. Yeah. Still enjoy. Yeah, it looks nice. Damn, that Jenga tower idea is really good though. Holy, that added a lot to the scene already. Okay, so let's just texture the rest. I'm just gonna keep it like that. And we're gonna start texturing this one. And let me just bring this up a bit because it's clipping in the ground for some reason. So yeah, we're gonna split this again. But actually, we don't need to split it. And we're gonna call it chrome material. And keep it white. Get the reference to be like 0.05 to be very, very low and extremely all the way metallic. And it's just going to be a reflective material, right? And we want to think about the ground, the ground piece. How it's going to be, what's the color of that ground piece it's going to be. So we can make it like a dark bluish. Let's just add like a solid color for now. And we call it like just Vapor 1. And let's just make it like a very it's yeah, like a blue that is like this. And yeah, we can keep the chrome here like this. Increase it a bit so it's not really. Actually, let's just keep it like 0.08 or something. Almost at a reasonable number. And we choose the other plane and we're gonna call it paper 2. And we're just gonna make it almost the same blue, but a bit very desaturated blue. And yeah, and these are gonna be like, custom made textures. It's not gonna be textures that is, it's not gonna be textures that we're gonna make in Blender, so it's just gonna be pre-made texture. I'm gonna make it like that, just as a placement, you know. And this, we're gonna make another material. That's gonna be the word icon. And we're gonna put the word icon here in this one. Wait, let me just Control T to apply an image texture and go here on the desktop and apply this. And we're just gonna project from view here. You project from view to project the texture on it. And let me just open up the UV editor down here. And I'm gonna put it like this. Looks nice. Like that. Yeah. And now this is gonna be just this color. And this W is gonna be an emission shader. Like 5 or something. Looks nice. And this is gonna be an opaque glass. So it's gonna be like this color, but it's gonna be very, you know, almost very, I mean, doesn't have to be very shiny. We can just 0.25 transmission all the way. Yeah, this looks nice. We can just decrease the saturation, increase the value. Bring the roughness up a bit. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks a bit opaque. It's not too much transparent, so that's nice. Okay, so that looks nice. When we add the light, it's gonna be more better. So now what I would like to do here is just to make a bunch of gradients. So I'm gonna go to Photoshop, or if you have any image texture tool that you can use, you can just use it. I'm gonna use Photoshop in this case. And we're gonna make like a bunch of gradients that we're gonna be using to project on the piece of papers that we made, just so, you know, we can get it to be interesting. So give me a second here to prepare it. And I'm gonna call it gradient. And it's gonna be right. Okay, so and we're just gonna make some shapes. Actually, so like that, and then we're gonna click OK, and we're just gonna grab that shape. Wait, let's just, I think my my PC is not handling the Photoshop with the other tool, so let's just make it quick here. So now we have this gradient. We wanna make it like that on a horizontal way. Okay, so let's just pick some good colors here. Um, let's just pick this color. Yeah, toward brightness a bit. And we're gonna get this. What keeps you going in this creative industry, especially with these talks on AI taking over? Oh man, what keeps me going? A lot. There is a lot of stuff that keeps me going. I have a goal of going to Europe and of finding work there. And yeah, that's just one of the goals that keeps me going. I just want to travel and I want to get on cool projects. And where I'm from, I can't get on cool projects, you know? And which is okay. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, most of the work that I get is just remote work. And what kept me going all the time on like these projects specifically It's just literally sometimes it's projects with friends, sometimes it's just uh I guess like you could say I'm trying so hard that I just this is what I want and I'm gonna get it no matter what, and that's how I think most of the time. And it ends up working, I guess, you know? So I guess you could say I'm just very stubborn when it comes to doing something. If I want it so bad enough, like if I want it bad enough, I'm just gonna work super hard for it, you know? And I guess, yeah, like that's it. That's literally it. Like plain honesty. Um, and I just wanna travel. Like I'm literally trying everything that I can to just to be able to travel at the end. And I wanna go to Croatia to start the design program because I didn't get a design degree and I wanna get a respectable job in Europe for being a designer or a 3D artist. And to do that, I need to get a bachelor degree from Europe, and that's what I'm working towards. So yeah. So yeah, that's it. What about you, man? What keeps you going? Okay, we're almost done here with the gradients, and then we're gonna switch. Okay, I'm just adjusting the sliders here because I want it to feel right. I don't want it to feel, you know, like it's very random like that. Um, so yeah. So these are gonna be the textures that we're gonna be using. That is deep. Thanks for sharing that. What? What do you mean that is deep, man? What keeps you going? What keeps you going, man? So now we're just gonna export one by one. Um, we yeah, it's here and design gradients. Gonna do gradient 2, and we're gonna do gradient 3. And we're gonna do gradient 4. And now we can just get rid of Photoshop because oh my god, it's motion graphics. Get to this one, boom. Let's just keep it there. We don't want to keep it open because I don't want my PC to just slow down or something. We can add a color ramp here, add a gradient texture, and do the Control T, do it like that. Wait, why do I need a gradient texture? My bad. I just wanna have the image texture and link it, and this one it's gonna have this gradient. Now let's take a look. Of course, it's Smart UV projects. Wait. What? I'm from Kenya, so you can imagine the opportunities are few, so I need to have skills to stand out. Yeah. Is Kenya like an Asian country? I'm sorry for asking because I'm obviously I obviously don't know. If I know, I wouldn't have asked. But let me know. Wait, why is it not the heli? Oh, wait. Uh, Kenya is from Africa, or what? But I get the gesture though. Like it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, man. Why is this not working? What? What is not working here, bro? Mm. What am I missing here? African country, East Africa to be precise. Yeah. It's all good though. It's all good. Trust me, as long as you keep practicing, I promise you everything is gonna work out. Just keep practicing. Like, obviously, don't take your health for granted. Like, just stay healthy, stay on top of your health, and if you're passionate about it, you're just gonna keep going. What is going on here? Oh my god, is it because of this? Bro. Bro. So when I leave it, hmm, hmm, wait, hold up. It's like this, maybe? No, it's not. Okay, finally. Hey, this looks nice. Not bad, not bad. Now let's switch to this one. If you wanna make it exactly like how I had it in the animation, we can do that actually. We can just have like a scriptures, but I think this looks better though, no? This looks so much better, bro. Literally, fuck what I had in the animation. This looks so much better. We can add like like, we can add like, I don't know, like noise, some kind of like noisy. What can we add here? What can we add here that would be different? I definitely don't want to add like something funky or just looks out of place. I just want to add like, what can we add here, or is this like good on its own and we don't have to add anything? What do you think? I'm just gonna switch to the other one for now, and we can get back to it later. I am also the only one who have Blender skill in our team. It's it's getting hard to brainstorm. Oh, it's getting hard to brainstorm. I get it. I get it. That is crazy though. But you should, yeah, add a Pokemon ball rolling. What? Um, let's see. Hold on. I wanna have this to be like that.
Spotify
Okay.
Premium is what your ears deserve. With millions of songs and high-quality
I
audio,
just wanna check
treat yourself to limitless music.
something here.
Get 3 free months now and cancel anytime. Tap the banner to learn more.
Okay, so I just wanna check something here really quick. Let's see. Okay, I just wanted them to like, almost line up, which is nice. Like in colors. So this is all the brightness and this is just, dark values on the bottom. It looks nice, looks nice. And now, um, let's get the cylinder and add, some interest to it. Go to the shader editor, go to the graph, and in here we're gonna add like the one of the gradients we made, and it's gonna be the one that is crazy gradient, like which one? I think it was not this one. This one. Yeah, yeah. So one trick I would like to do that I always do here is just I add a noise texture to one of the to one of the parameters of the mapping, and it just goes crazy here. It literally goes crazy. So we can just adjust the scale to make it bigger and do a smart UV project and rotate it a bit. I mean, let's just do it on the rotation. Wait. Yeah, it looks nice. Nah. Wait. Nope, 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 nope. Just add it like that. That looks nice. That looks nice. Let's check how it looks with me. Oh, wait. Damn. I mean, it looks cool though. Looks really cool. But I want to have more purple on it though. I don't want to have that. Like it looks nice, but I want to have like the. Hmm. I want to have more purple. Yeah, like that. That looks nice. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to have like a seam on it. So we're just gonna make it like this, not a smart UV project. It still has a seam. How do we remove that seam? Is that seam like... Maybe we can just make it generated? Let's see. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Okay, okay. That looks nice. That looks nice. I think I'm okay with this. Now we're just gonna add a bit more to the rest around here. I'm gonna add here to this one. Um, let's go to the shader editor here and apply an image texture. And we're gonna put one of the gradients. So let's just add this one. And let's see. Okay. Here's the gradient. I think it looks nice. I think it doesn't need anything. Oh, we definitely want to add a... I am starting to hate this ground, so let's just add a color to it that is contrasting a bit. Because, oh my god. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, we're gonna change it later. That's just a placeholder for now. Okay, we want to add a gradient over here as well. We can just literally do a color ramp. I don't know why I just made these custom gradients. You can just literally make a color ramp. It's way easier. And add a gradient texture on it. Like that. Flip it. Like this. Looks nice. Add more saturation. add a bit more saturation as well here. Let's make it like this. And I think that's okay. Now let's just add again another one of the gradients we made, which is gonna be this one. Looks nice. And okay, it's gonna be like that. Now let's check. Boom. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks nice. Okay. Now we're literally in the final touches before we switch to the lighting over here. So we're gonna do this part, and we probably should just make that like a black, almost dark gray color because it doesn't really matter that much. Just make it like this, and we wanna have this just be a bit on the ground over here, and this as well. Okay. Let's add a color here. Let's add a color ramp, a gradient texture, and like that, like this. And let's make it, mm, yeah, like that. Looks nice, looks nice. And let's just, again, make it like this, make it very, very dark. And let's switch like that. Looks nice. And now the final touch is just gonna be on this plane, and we can just duplicate, like take the material that was on here, and yeah, looks nice. And now if we replay, okay, looks really nice. Now we have to work on the lights. Um, Again, I want to work more about on the ground here. What can we do on the ground here? We can definitely add like a noise texture or something. Mm, on like the roughness. And like a bump or something like that. Like this. And let's just make it like that. And yeah, I think that looks nice. Okay, now let's work on the light. This is gonna be the last thing. Okay, so we're now gonna be working on the light, and it's gonna be the last thing to do here today. And we're just gonna create an area light, drag it up, and let's just switch to render mode here and get to the HDRI, and let's just reduce it a bit because I don't want it to be affecting everything. And we're gonna get this to be on top like this, and I want it to be like that, like this, and like this. Let's just put the 3D cursor on the middle, like that, and let's just make it big and get the spread to be very, very small, and we're gonna push the power very low and put this to be like 15 or something, and gonna make it like that. So let's just open it like this, a bit wider, like that, and let's make it like 15, and we wanna have it be coming from the bottom, like here. So it's revealing a bit of the Jenga and a bit of the icon and a bit of like this banner when everything just starts. So before we do that, and let's just again experiment a bit with the temperature and everything. So 8,000. Just make it cool, which is like 12. I think 12, 12,000 is okay, is good. I mean, so let's see, 0.45 looks nice. And we're gonna have to change this because it's not, we can't really tell the difference between this and that. So between these two cards and this, the ground. But I like how it looks like. So let's just adjust the card itself. Let's see. What can we do to these cards? What can we do to these cards? Um, let's see. What's a complementary of blue? It's orange. So if we go to orange, or like, mm, actually, let's stay near the blue. Yeah, like here, and stay like this. Yeah, it looks nice. It's not looking the best, but looks okay. We're gonna definitely have to work with this light a bit. Add a texture on the cards. These cards, right? I'm not liking it either. It's so weird. Let's just add a gradient on it. And add a ramp. Uh, yeah, so I just want it to light up naturally here as it moves. And I think the cards looks good right now because we added a bit of like a warm hue to the colors here, so it looks nice. I think we can definitely experiment more with the light to improve it, but it looks nice. But definitely when we go like back here, we can switch back to the low so that goes back in the same light intensity, you know? Yeah, I think that's nice. That's nice. Um, yeah, we can definitely add like a, a rolling ball. Let's just add that for fun because why not? I'm gonna we can just duplicate the same plane we made here. Actually, I'm just gonna make it bigger. Like that. Yeah, looks nice, I know. Thank you, man, thank you. Uh, we're just gonna add a rolling ball here. Last thing. Um, I just like this trick of adding a cube, adding a subdivision, and then adding a cast, and put the cast to 1, apply both of them, and then add another subdivision, and adding the cast, and now put it to 1, and apply it again, and now we have a subdivided ball. I don't know what we're gonna need it for the simulation, you don't need a subdivided ball, but it's okay, it's good practice, it's good practice. We can have it to be bouncy. We can have it to be a bouncy ball. That would be nice. So let's work on that actually right now. I'm gonna work on having this bolts to be and on this ball to be a bouncy ball. So I'm gonna apply rigid body, active, and surface response is gonna be there is bounciness, and let's just play. Wait, what? What happened? Let's see. Um, collections, dynamics. Let's see. Okay, so it's shifting to this way. Okay, and what about if we place it here? What is that? I did not place this, man. Okay, we can just reduce the friction a bit. See if that helps. It's literally everything with Sims. You just have to experiment around a lot. Yeah, that looks nice. Because it jumps and it leaves, you know? So that's nice. That's nice. Okay, now we can just... Um... Now what texture do we add to this ball? Let me see. Um... Mosaic ball or something. We can just search for mosaic ball, see if there is something that shows up that looks nice, you know? Why is it not loading? What? I mean, it's not what I'm expecting. I mean, we can have something like that, like this, you know? I'm sorry for the slow internet. So we could have it be something, you know, that is a bit low, a bit reflective, and a bit shiny. So it's gonna be like that. Wait, actually, a 0.25 transmission to 1, and it's gonna be like an orange. Like an orange with, let's see if we can add emission. What is that gonna be? What's that gonna feel like? That's wild. Imagine if we can add a mission and it has like a subtle glow. But unfortunately, you can only do that with like the in post processing. You can't do it here in shaders. Unless you can do, let's see. I'm just gonna experiment with adding an emission shader here. And can we drive it by from nil or something? I don't know. And let's see. I'm just literally testing around, seeing if it's gonna work or not. I don't know if it will. That is not that bad. That actually looks sick though. That is looking sick. What? Wow. I don't even know what is that, but it looks nice. Um, and it's emissive. Free played animation. Let's see how it looks. It looks like a piece of apricot, you know? Like what? Or like a piece of candy, I swear. We can just also, yeah, you can activate the compositor for the glow. I know. But I'm just looking for a way to do it in the shader, and I think this looks nice though, right? What do you think? I genuinely think this ball texture looks nice. Or maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? I'm waiting for your opinion. I'm just gonna have a sip of water because I haven't drank for a long time. The glass one was much cleaner. Okay. Okay, then let's stay with the glass one. So you mean this one, right? This is much cleaner. Too subtle. This one, right? You mean this one? Yeah, okay. Awesome then. Um, okay. Just preview it one more time, and I think that's gonna be it for today. Wait, what broke this now? Wait, what? How did this break? Oh, it didn't. It was just a glitch. I think that's it for today. Yeah, that's it. That is cool though. That is cool. That was so fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop here for today. And I'm gonna come back tomorrow for sure to do the rest of the scenes. Um, so what's your name by the way? Caxton Juguna. Hell yeah, very cool. I hope you learned something, man. I hope you enjoyed the stream too. Um, I'm gonna have to wrap it up, uh, like soon. But I'm definitely gonna be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna render this tonight, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow to do the rest of the scenes. And yeah, I hope you can make it and be on the stream. We can still, do the rest of the scenes together, get your opinion and feedback, and we can. That's my name, Caxton. Hell yeah. Okay, nice to meet you, man. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And hell yeah, I'm literally so happy to hear that. I appreciate you, man. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm definitely gonna be back again tomorrow to do the rest of the scenes. And we're gonna have the usual fun time, just modeling and experimenting. And I hear feedback from you and from the rest of the people that are watching, and I can't wait for it, honestly. I can't wait. Hell yeah, me too. Okay, then. Let's wrap it up then. So, thank you so much for watching, man. And I appreciate you a lot for sticking in all the way and for watching and learning and picking up stuff on the way. It's really amazing and it feels really good to give out stuff. And if you need anything, you can just literally reach out. If anybody who's watching this and needs anything in any way, just reach out, okay? So hope you have a good night and hope you enjoyed your stay and enjoy the rest of your time and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.